right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be talking about three things that I wish I knew when I started producing on FL Studios. And the reason we're going to be talking about this because I know like there's probably people that are out there having this problem because I had these problems. And if not, good for you. And if there is something that you are having a problem with, please, you know what I'm saying, drop the problem down in the description because I'm literally going to be making videos catered towards beginners or anybody who's really just having really crucial problems like on FL Studio and you want to get better at making beats or whatever, like making songs, like your vocal production, whatever you need on FL. I got you. I'm your guy. But today we're going to be talking about three things that I wish I knew when I started producing on FL Studios. And the first thing, how to keep your beats like on the grid or like on rhythm, like on groove. So like right now we're in a piano roll and we got this like bleed sound, but we need to make sure that we lay it down in groove. And what I used to do and why I wasn't able to lay my beats down in groove, I would have like a random tempo in. So I'd have like 120 and I won't be playing to it. I'll be playing to like 140 or something. I'll just be playing to the tempo in my head. I wouldn't even have this on. Actually, yes, I did have that on. But I'll go like this. And I'll just go like, and that's like kind of off. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not on grid. But so like then to get like an idea of what I was trying to get, I would have to like I didn't even try to fix it at all, to be honest. I would just leave it as it. I'm like, yeah, that's hard. And it's like bro, it's like it's not it's not that it's like how do I explain it? It's not like if it's your first time opening up FL, it's like it's not horrible. I mean, at least you're able to open the program and click something in, but like you got to get it on beat. So to get something on a beat, you play it with the metronome, and then you drag it to where the lines are. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like there's like not enough lines, you go up to just like the snap to grid, and you adjust the snap to a step, or you adjust it to a beat, like a fourth of beat. Like you adjust it as such. Like you and like the most like lines that you can get is like when you cut it in like a six step or six beat. They both look the same. I never noticed that. I thought they were both different. But yeah, like a six is like about the most like you can get like like with all the lines, so you can have more to work with. Because you might have went here a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it may be this may be the spot where you need it to sound good at. So you may need it to pop up right there. So then we're gonna play it. But that don't sound good. You know what I'm saying? That's not grooving. So then you gotta just move it to where you hear it at. You know what I'm saying? And just change the note, like the length of the note. Sometimes depending on the sound, it matters. So I had to delete that one and then replace it with this one because I like the way that this one sound. But this. I'm just giving like examples of like how to like finesse right now. But like the main thing is I just needed to know that how to make my beats on beat. So now we know how to do that. So you go boom. So like just literally follow all these like all the lines right here. So you got like the 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that's how you kind of like count like the rhythm and the beat and like most like you'll like the more that you produce and like the more beats that you make and you like try to focus on like that rhythmic like problem that you may have, the more that you'll get better at it. Cause that's what happened to me. Like after people told me my beats were like not on beat, I went back in. I like really started focusing on it, and then my beats sounded they were on beat after that. I didn't really have any beats that were off beat after that. But you keep in mind like this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you play the metronome with it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? So like just keep that in mind when you're making a beat, cause 1, 2, like we gonna put them all in the line like that. two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that's how you know what I'm saying? That's how you count the beat and make sure it's on rhythm. And then you gotta add some flair to it. You can go off like the 1 or the 2 to add the bounce. Hold on. There we go. And you have to play it with the metronome. That's the only reason why I was able to tell that it was a little off. It's because of the metronome and looking at it, the visual representation. Like, oh, this was, or it was like right there. I'm like, oh, I could tell that's a little bit off because I'm hearing it and I'm seeing it. Like I'm like a hybrid. I'm a visual person and I'm a, like just like a listen. Like I can hear it out. I'm just a good mix of both. So like that's something to keep in mind. Like how like when you solve a problem, okay, how did I do that? Okay, now I know how I did that. All right, but on to the next problem that you may encounter. How to stay in key. Okay, okay. So with how to stay in key, this is what I would do now. Okay. So if you're using an older version of FL that doesn't have the snap to scale, then I would do this is what I would do. I would go in and I would make sure that if you like to play your notes out live, make sure that you lock it into your minor natural scale if that's the scale that you're playing in, or your whatever scale that you're playing in, lock it in. You know what I'm saying? Lock it in. Lock it into a scale that you like if you like to play your notes out live, and then lock the key like the root note of the key or whatever. Lock all that in right here. So you right click on the typing keyboard to piano, and then you lock in your scale. And if you like to plug in your notes, go to the drop down menu and then click on scale highlight, and then highlight your scale that you're going to be using. So like let's say right now I want to be minor natural. So we're going to go minor natural, and then we are going to go C sharp because I like that's a key that I like sometimes. C sharp, not C sharp minor. So then we're gonna go into there, and then we're gonna also lock it in for the um playing notes on the typing keyboard. So we're gonna go minor natural, and you're gonna go C sharp. Boom. So now every note that's shaded like this, like shaded like a little like tanner or whatever, like a little gray, that's all in key. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so all those notes, they're all in key. Because when I go snap to scale, you can tell it's not going in between at all. It's not going to those black notes. That's another feature that you can use. Snap to scale if you're on a newer version of FL. I think it's 23 or up that has snap to scale. But that's these are things I literally use snap to scale. I'm literally everything that I'm telling you right now. I literally do this. Like when I'm like going when I'm on a like when I'm making a beat. This is literally what I be on. I be going through this. I'm like, oh yeah, let me do this because like this all became muscle memory for me over time because I found ways to like help my workflow when I'm making beats. You know what I'm saying? But all right, now we're on to the last step. The last step is how to make a melody from scratch, okay? So, how to make a melody from scratch, this is what I would do. Literally follow all the steps that I just said. Like make sure like everything's in key, like the key that you want it, and if like you don't like the key that you're currently in, then just go and change it. Like it don't hurt to change keys, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to rock out in this key. We're going to change the sound though cuz I don't really like that sound at all. They got this one cool sound. It's like dark horror sound, like really grungy, like really dark sound. I kind of like these. Like I don't know what this shit's called. This shit though is hard. And really just click stuff in. If like when I first got into producing, bro, I was clicking hella shit in, bro. It took me a while to get to the point to want to um like no, not click, but play. Like play it in on your typing keyboard. it took me a while to get to the point where I could click stuff in and just see where, oh, that should be here, this should be there. Like it took me a while to get to that point. But right now we're just gonna start with one note and see what we hear. And it's like when you hear it sound off, then just move it around. I'm gonna up the tempo because it's moving too slow for me. Okay, I like that. It just literally what I did to get to this, like nice little bounce for these 3 notes. It's like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the first note. I'm like, oh, I didn't like how long the first note was. I'm like, okay, let me shorten it. Let me shorten it to like have like just as much bounce as like my 808 will. Like literally that's something that I'm thinking about when I'm making my melody. Like how will my 808s hit as I'm making this, like if I were to lay this down on my 808s. Ooh, yeah. So that's why I might want to move it up. I might want to move it up because like the 808 that I use sometimes, it when you go down past like C, it sounds super muddy, and I don't really like that noise. How it goes super muddy. So we might pitch this up down. You know what I'm saying? And then literally like that's how my 808s are gonna go. They're gonna bounce just like that. So now I'm just gonna try to extend this out maybe a little bit more to here, cause like if your 808s hit right on, like, and also like just know like where your like clap will be. Like I know my clap will be right here, 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Your clap gonna be right there. Like my clap gonna always be right there. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3. See, the clap gonna hit there every time. Like that's the standard. That's the default clap. Like the clap always gonna hit there. You don't even gotta really worry about it not hitting there all the time, unless you're in a different time signature. You know what I'm saying? But right now we're on 4/4. Most beats that you listen to, most songs that you hear are always in 4/4. Da-na-na. Da-na-na. Like that's what I hear. Da-na-na. Da-na. Da-na-na. Da-na. Wait. Da-na-na. 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 Da-na. 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 Wait, let me play that out. That's what I hear. Now we're gonna make it shorter because that was a little bit off beat. That was closer. We're gonna bring it back a little bit sooner. Oh, a little bit later. I was right. Okay. Now we're gonna copy and paste that over. And that's kind of like our baseline. It could be our lead if we wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Right now I'm just pitching it up and down, see where I want this. See, I'm just gonna keep on adding elements. The more that you try to think about the structure of like, oh, I want this to be the best, I want this to be the mid, the chorus. The more that you think about where you want it to be, the more like that you're not gonna make a good melody. You gonna out theory your brain. Like just make the beat. You know what I'm saying? Just make the melody. I could make it chords. Can I pitch these up? I'm gonna go down on them. So right now we're gonna play these chords. I'm telling you, playing your melody out on your typing keyboard will be your best friend in the beginning, cause it's like it's not you're not gonna overthink, like you're just gonna feel it out. It's like, bro, like you know what made me like really want to make beats? I don't. This is a side tangent, but this is like what when I first thought of making beats. Like you see people cooking up on the MPC, they clicking, they playing like that shit. Like that's what really got me. Like oh yeah, that's what making beats look like to me at first. You know what I'm saying? And then I got on FL. I'm like, oh, you don't really need to always have to play it all. You can click it in. Like the more that I started watching YouTube, I'm like, oh, they not always playing it out live. They're sometimes they clicking it in, and it's like you can evolve to that. You can know how to do it both sides. You know what I'm saying? I know how to do both. I know how to play a melody. I know how to click it in. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's what it's done evolved to now with DAWs and stuff. Okay, but I hear these two chords. That's what I hear. Literally just chase what you hear next. Like just play what you hear in sequence. And also you gotta learn. Oh yeah, you gotta learn that know that three notes. Three notes are chords. A chord is three notes. And a bass line is like what's the bottom of the chord. You know what I'm saying? So like if you wanted to take like a full melody is gonna have a lead, like a like on the theory level, a full melody is gonna have a lead, a chord, and a bass. So like that's what you would like want to copy down. So like it would have this. So like since now that I played these chords and like they're off, like so they're still off beat. Now we can move them to get them on beat. So like you gotta just look at what's the note that is like closest near it, and just go and move it closer to that. Highlight them all, and make sure you select your selection tool. Highlight them all, and then just move them closer to that beginning line or that further line ahead. Because like maybe you press a note too early, like I did right here. So all you got to do is move that forward. Boom, like so. Move that one back because I played them too early. Boom. And then drag these back because I just played them too late. Boom. Then go to the beginning. Make sure the beginning is all on. It's not exact. Wait. It's hard to tell. At first, I didn't think it was all on, but yeah, it was. Okay. And then move this bottom note right on the one right here, whatever you want to call this. Boom. Just do that for all the notes. Move them all to where they need to be. And I don't know all the theory terms, bro. I really don't. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I don't know all the theory terms. A lot of this stuff is really failing for me. I do understand, like, some of the theory, like, concepts, but, like, I don't know all the terminology. And that's just to show that you don't need to know all the theory terminology, bro. You can still make good beats without all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got so far. And now we're gonna make more like sense. We're gonna add not more sense. We're gonna make it have more bounce. Like that's what you're looking for when you're making a melody. You just want it to have bounce. It don't matter if it got anything. If it don't got, it don't matter if it don't got all the right theory behind it. Right. It don't matter if it don't got a lead, if it don't got a bass line, if it don't got a counter melody, if it don't got a second lead. It don't matter if it don't got none of that shit, bro. It don't matter if you're using a minor seventh and then you're transitioning to a different like C add chord. It don't matter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Want to know why it don't matter? Because the people, the listeners don't care. They just care, is this banging or not? Can I bob my head or not? You know what I'm saying? We trying to make head bob melodies right here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm teaching y'all. Okay? And when this is what this is going to be. A head bob melody. You know what I'm saying? And right now we just got like when you're making that, just listen. Like, does it sound dense enough? You know what I'm saying? Like the melody, it has to sound like ooh, like yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, does that sound like, does it make you want to get up and move? You feel me? Well, we finna add a counter. Cause I feel like that's what it needs. Like just add what you feel like it needs. And then after that, if you add everything that you feel like it needs and it's still not hitting, it's okay. Go and make another one. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're here for. To make beats. You gotta keep doing it, even when you make bullshit. We just gonna play this one live. We gonna play it out. We gonna play the metronome. And we gonna click these in. Hold on, I'm gonna do that again because I messed up. I'm messing up. Hold on. I'm gonna click these in. I'm gonna play it again. Let's see. There we go. Now that's a counter melody. If you wanted to use the terminology, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was like. That's what I felt like it needed, a counter melody. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just trying to add anything it needs to have more bounce. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to know the term. Oh yeah, that's my counter melody. It's okay. Just I know it needs something else, so I'm gonna add this something else. You feel me? It don't matter how you say it or how it comes out. As long as that product makes your head nod, that's all we care about. Swear. But it gotta be on beat. It gotta be on beat. That's one thing for sure. The product has to be on beat, and it has to have like it gotta have some type of, it gotta have groove. That's really what it is. Cause you can go off beat and still have groove. So it gotta have groove. Ignore that on beat. Like it has to be like, it has to have groove. Cause like you can make it on beat and then make it go off beat, and that with like the swing knob. You know what I'm saying? Well, right now I'm finna show you a shortcut because these notes that I played in are pretty close to being on beat. So for the shortcut to get your notes that you just played live on beat, I would hit Alt Q. And then I think turn the sensitivity. I like where I had my sensitivity, but like if you don't have your sensitivity in a good spot, which is like how much is going to pull your note to be on beat, then adjust it as such. But boom. Because now all these notes are all snapped on. Except for this one. I got to move that one. And I thought this one wasn't going to get moved, but it did. Wow, I'm impressed. So now we're going to play this and listen back to it and see how it sounds. And now we're going to copy and paste this over and add some variation. Just add a little bit more on the end. I hear more notes on the end than in the second half. I heard it in the first half, but I just didn't want to go. I just didn't want to do it. Like, I just didn't want to go and add it in and then copy and paste it over because that's doing too much. You know what I'm saying? So, in my head, that's how you know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So, now we're going to listen back. We're going to try to add it in. No. Like, I could go down one more. Or I could go up one more. because it goes like da na 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 or da na 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 da na na na. We go down one right there. Like there's a bunch of ways I could low key pull this. We're gonna listen to this from the top now. Ouch. That sounds pretty good. Now, if I wanted to right now, we could literally just pack this beat up, back the melody up, and just that'd be it. But I hear something else. What do I hear? Honestly, hold on. Let's see. No. This is what I would do. This is what the old me would do. Not gonna lie. I would pack this beat up and I'll be or melody up and I'll be like, that's it. But I've learned something recently to like arrange your melodies. Your melodies need to have more layers. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we finna add on right now. We finna add more layers onto this melody right here. So we're gonna add more layers for the chords. First, we gotta label everything. Like once you get a good amount of like, okay, this gonna be that, that's gonna be that, then go ahead and start labeling shit. Cause now we know what everything is. Cause this is our lead. These are our chords and our bass. And this is our counter melody. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna get rid of those claps because I just had those there just to show y'all. So we focusing on the melody right now. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna add the bass in on this. I'm gonna just do chords and then I'm gonna. Hold on. Now we're finna add a bass underneath of that. An actual bass. Let's see what basses they have on this VSC. Ooh, that sounds kind of hard. That's hard, isn't it? Ain't that fire? You know what I'm saying? That's pretty fire if I do say so myself. Okay, now we're just gonna rename this to bass. I'm just name this go back to chords. Okay. So now we got everything labeled. Now we can add layers. Boom. Now we're gonna go and just copy and paste. That's really all you gotta do. I don't even know what this sound like. Ooh. Now let's play them together. And I'm going to tell you why we're adding layers. The reason why you want to add layers to your melody is because like, or layers to like what you, yeah, your melody and like what you already like laid down is like, so then when you're arranging the beat, you can pull stuff out. Like you can have a better arrangement. Cause otherwise it's like when you're trying to arrange a beat that has a melody that just has a bunch of different patterns, it's like, okay, this shit is not gonna make sense. It's gonna sound super flat and dull in some areas, is what I've noticed. Cause I've literally been trying to make melodies like a lot in the past, and I'm like, shit, like what's my melody missing that's allowing me not to really like the bounce that it's having when I'm trying to arrange it. Cause it will literally just sound completely empty in some areas, and I'm like, oh, maybe if I actually layered my sounds, then I would be able to have a good arrangement that I enjoy, and it will still keep the bounce. Cause like that's what you're trying to maintain when you're arranging the beat. Like, how can I arrange this and it still keep the groove? You can't. You're gonna have, if you have like a one bar loop melody, or a melody that has like one main sound and like all the other ones are just like bunch of like counter melodies and shit and leads and shit. You're gonna have to really just loop the shit, because it's not gonna all sound good. If it's gonna sound too dull if you just try to swap out the main sound, the main chord, like the main foundation on the beat with like a bunch of leads and counters. It's gonna be like, wait, now what do my bass grab onto? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna sound out of key. So that's why you want to make sure you have a good foundation of like layered sounds when you're making your beat. So we finna keep on adding that to the pie. Okay, now we're gonna add another one for our lead. Gonna see how that one sound. See how that one sound, Dolo right there. I don't really like that one. So we're gonna look at the lead sounds in here. I don't like detuned stuff. I wonder if there's a way I can like make it tuned. We're gonna see how it sound together. Mm-mm. If it didn't have like that detuned aspect, I would have used it. I want more reverb, so we're gonna turn up the reverb knob on this. I want it to sound more spacey. I think maybe delay. But the delay's making it sound detuned. Turn down the detune now. I don't like that. It still sounds detuned. Gotta figure out what's causing that. Maybe this. We're gonna play it together and see how it sounds. Wait, what if I turned it up? Still sounds detuned. Turn it down. Play it with the lead. See, that's why we're not going to use another lead sound. Wait, hold on, let's see. I like it with that one. Is that what? No, that's a different organ. Oh yeah, we're gonna try that. No, I don't. That's gonna be hard, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Man, I kind of want to make a beat to this shit. I ain't gonna lie. I might make a beat to this and I'll show y'all at the end or something. Or maybe next video, you know, you never know. It sounds like some Kanye shit. I'm just gonna do 2 layers because that's enough to swap them in and out, you know what I'm saying, and add that extra oomph to it. You feel me? And then now we gotta add another counter melody. Not melody, but another counter layer. Another layer for the counter. Ooh. That might be hard if I pitch it up on there. We'll see. Hmm. 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 I'm gonna just have to mix it down because it's really loud. Now let's play it all together. That's a melody. Boom. Down my TED Talk. But yeah, that is the melody though. Seriously. Let me stop trolling. But that is the melody. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Now to actually finish the melody though, let's actually lock in. I'm joking and shit. I'm over trolling. Counter two. Okay, but now we have to mix our melody and make sure everything fits in the right pocket. You know what I'm saying? This melody's not done. It would be nice if you want to just go ahead and just, you know what I'm saying, pack it up and just go ahead, throw your drums on it as it is. You can, you know what I'm saying. But you know, over here we really you gotta really hone it in. You really gotta we mix over here. We mix our melodies. So that's what we're gonna do right here. But first you gotta make sure you are assigning everything to the mixer track when you do that. You know what I'm saying? And this is a perfect segue into. All right, this is a bonus tip out of my 3 in-depth essential FL Studio shortcuts for beginners. So the tip that we're going to be talking about is how to assign your channel rec to your mixer. So first thing you do is you click on it and you make sure you click on the mixer track, and then you're going to highlight all of these like the tracks that you have selected, and then after that it should look like this. So then you're going to click Shift L and it's going to automatically route to your mixer. So if you can't see your mixer, just make sure you click on the mixer at the top of your screen. Then after that, you're going to see it should look like this if you follow the shortcuts correctly. If you found this helpful, you can download the PDF free in the description below. So boom, now we just done assigned everything to the mixer track. Now we can mix it, you feel me? Alrighty. So boom, that's what we just did. Now we just gotta play everything. See how it's sounding. And me when I'm mixing, I've been mixing for so long now that I just know where I like certain things. Like I know I like my bass to be in like stereo separated 33. Like that's what I know for my bass. And I know I like it to be damn near clipping. You know what I'm saying? Want it to be the loudest thing on the mix on the melody, because that's what people are gonna feel. That's what they gon' yeah. That's what's gonna drive it home. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna make sure that thing pretty loud. We're gonna up it. And then we wanna mix around our main sound, which is our chords, and then our lead and everything else is gonna kind of make it shine. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make our chords and our bass look pretty. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal, right? So that's what we finna focus on right now. First, we just gotta listen to these 3 sounds and just drive them home really quick. And since the second chords are like it's like a pad, so like we're gonna pads are pretty thin, like pretty thin material, like when you're talking about like the sound and the frequency. So we're gonna tuck that kind of underneath because we know you're gonna feel that. Or should yeah, I'm gonna tuck that underneath. Actually, I want to bring it to the top. We're gonna bring it to the top because we know you're gonna. We know you're gonna feel the thick sound. So we're gonna bring that down. Yep, we're gonna bring that down. And then we're gonna bring the melody right here to the top. And when I mix the, and also keep in mind like when you're making your melody, keep in mind where you're gonna mix it down to after, like where you're gonna turn this beat down to after you make this beat. Like when you put the drums on there, where will your melody sit? I know for me, I like to have my melodies around like negative 12 dB right here. That's where I like to have my like to have my melody sitting at when I put my drums on there. So like keep that in mind when you're making the melody. I literally just came up with that tip on the fly because I don't be thinking about that shit at all. I just be making it. I literally mix it as I'm making. I mix it like I'm making it for the drums. You know what I'm saying? So like I would mix my chords at negative 12, and that's why my shit sometimes will sound too quiet. So now I'm learning that no, we are going to literally mix it higher. So then when I bring it down, it don't the main chord sound or the main sounds don't lose their spice. You feel me? Okay. I like where this melody is. I hope you like whatever melody that you probably made after watching this video, or whatever melody that you made maybe watching this video, because maybe you're following along and taking the tips and stuff that I was giving, because that's what I used to do. I used to go on YouTube and I used to watch these people cook up beats on the tutorials, and I'm like, oh yeah, let me try to do it like how they talking about, you know what I'm saying? And that's where the growth comes, when you're cooking up right along with the video that you're watching. Cause like that's what got me to where like, oh, like shit started clicking. It's like, oh, that's what bro said to do. Oh yeah, let me try to do that right there. Cause then it's like you're learning to think like they are, and then you get to add your own little sauce on the top of it. Cause that's where the secret is. It's like when you can take like what's being given to you and then just make it your own. You feel me? And that's how you're gonna get good at producing and making beats. But I hope this video helped you out. You know what I'm saying? And if so, then go ahead, drop a like, subscribe, and we got more videos on the way. We are going to start uploading videos every other. Ooh, I should do this like this. I'm gonna start uploading videos every other Saturday. We're gonna do it like that. Every other Saturday. So today is October 11th. So this video is going up October 11th. But like after that, expect the video on October 25th. Is that Halloween? No, that's not Halloween. When is Halloween? 28th? Damn, do I not know when? Oh, it's the 31st. Yeah, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. That's why, I don't pay attention to the holidays, all right? But it's okay. You know what I'm saying? We trying to show up and give these good videos for y'all. So we gonna catch y'all, you know what I'm saying, the next video, which is the 25th. And if you liked, please subscribe and join the pit crew. The pit crew is where you come to go ahead and oil up your engine and get your car right so you can keep running your race at your own pace. And we are out of here. Peace.